is on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be... Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
80 weapons.
Check. 57.
They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
That's what I do.
Trubisky now off the bootleg. This one complete to the running back, Lindsay. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a first down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got by oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Eric Ebron, 43 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. So they take the opening kickoff and drive it all the way down the field.
And that's the last thing you want defensively. On the road, in the playoffs, and now you're down a touchdown right away.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
On the double.
Mike, 44. Hey, I'm coming.
6'6", bullet high. Hey, orbit. Snap.
On first down, Tannehill. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. 20, 10, and he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Tyler Lockett, 75 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. I mean, less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
This one taken from the 7. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did.
It's a foot race. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Phillip Lindsay, 75 yards. And the Bills have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready up.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. Maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. 2nd and 10. Tannehill once more. Being chased out left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Hey, box stop.
From the gun, here's Simeon. It's Kelsey on the ground. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love it.
And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Chandler Jones gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now Trubisky to throw. They'll find Lindsey here. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. Call it a gain of 3. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
18.
44.
5.
Pick me up. Here we go. 4-4's the mic.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. Going deep downfield. They've got his man complete. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. John Ross, 83 yards. And the Bills will add on to their lead.
Well, Brandon, if we go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator, he showed us his script. Didn't show us everything now. He said, here's the script for the game. I think everything's going according to plan in a big way. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's about as good. That is as good as you can do, I guess. So, well done.
Yeah, well done indeed. Tremendous execution.
Let's go.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On 2nd and 11 now. Simeon, complete. The tight end, Kelsey. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Simeon. And it's complete to Kelsey. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. And Gurley on 1st down, no chance that time. He's swallowed up for a loss of about 3. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Now Simeon. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however, and let's see what that's about. So erase the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking the 2x2-inch ones that you can buy in addition to the pencil.
And those last forever.
A long time.
No doubt.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose it down on the grounding call. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And he is going to score. It's a pick-6 and a Bills touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick-6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And fresh off the pick-6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
All comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there. Right? He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They run out of the shotgun with Gurley. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half.
Trying to fight his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. He was looking for his tight end, Kelsey. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports.
57 to Mike.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this. Alert, alert. Alert, alert. Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
I got it.
Alert, alert. Alert, alert. No.
On 2nd down now, it's Lindsey. He'll be stopped shy of the 45 despite a great move. A gain of a yard gets them back where they started. Now it's 3rd and 10. On 3rd down, Trubisky. He'll get that to DeValve, the tight end. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
Ready?
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Ready?
On 2nd and 7, Simeon. This complete to Lockett. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 29 yards, 1st down. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 49-yard line. A shotgun snap for Simeon. It's complete. This is Todd Gurley. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
70, Indy.
Simeon on first down. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now it's Gurley. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
From the gun on 3rd, Simeon. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Colts are able to draw a bit closer. The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by at Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And they'll get him to the ground, and he has another first down at the Colts 43. Trubisky will come up here 1st and 10, and he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Hey, Haywood!
Out of the gun, Trubisky. Steps away to his left. That is incomplete. Well, prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game. You know, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it up.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. The 20. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A line of scrimmage once again, the 5, as they get ready for 2nd and goal.
18.
Again, it's Trubisky. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
And now because of the sack, it's 3rd and goal from the 14.
Alert 3.
They'll try to run with Lindsey. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Phillip Lindsay with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bills will add on to their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Back to throw, Simeon. A deep ball for Gurley. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
He was covered by Kevin Byard.
Simeon incomplete on first. Here's 2nd and 10 now.
Bravo! Yeah.
There's Simeon. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Aaron Donald. That is one he will remember. It's sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. This is fielded at the goal line. Yeah, he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. This pass into the hands of the running back, Todd Gurley. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Simeon. And he slings one that's incomplete.
So it looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To the air again, Simeon. And able to find Conley. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
That one goes for 24 yards. On 1st down, it's Gurley. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
On 2nd and 9. Simeon, he's going to let it go deep for the end zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, third down. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. To throw is Simeon. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Here we go on 4th. Simeon. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Samson Abukum. And the Bills are going to get the football back.
Now, you know I don't often have sympathy for quarterbacks, but in this situation, I don't know what else he could do. 4th down, so he can't just throw the ball away. He's got to find a way to try and make a play, but the pressure ended up getting to him.
Pressure got to him. Really big sack and a turnover here on downs. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 11 yards. To the Buffalo, first down.
It's a gain of 11. That's good for a Bills.
Here we go. 60 outlaws.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
On first down, right back to Lindsey. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Back-to-back good plays, have them on the move on first down. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage.
Here we go. Here we go.
Here's Grant. And an alley to run. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Let's go now. 18 Gator, General West.
Here I come again. Here I come again.
Hey, exit. Shoot.
They'll try to run for it with Lindsey. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. The kick by McManus is good. And that will extend the lead out to 24. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Time to establish the run game here. Gurley. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Throwing on 2nd down. Simeon caught here by Conley. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Simeon. He's got the hook up with Conley. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 11 that time and a Colts first down. They'll try a handoff right with Gurley. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
On 2nd and 9, Simeon. And this one's incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Donald picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. The Colts send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. They snap it to Simeon. And this is going to be incomplete. Eric Rowe that time able to knock that pass away. Well, at this stage of the game in the 2nd half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
11 yards and a Buffalo 1st down.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
And they'll get this down to the 10. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. This is where, 4th quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
You say that with accusatory tones. But you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering whether they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Here's the fullback, Zach Line. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st.
And sometimes it doesn't matter how big and strong and powerful you are. The defense is going to win an occasional battle, and they did on that one. Stopped him well short of picking up a 1st down.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Rashawn Gary in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. Simeon in need of something big following that sack, facing 3rd and long. Here's Simeon looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A gain of 32 that time. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. The throw right sideline here is complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. A gain of 11 that time and a Colts 1st down. Now Simeon. Hits his target, the tight end, Will Tye. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. They go back to Graham. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
Second and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
They'll run on first down. It's Grant, and he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Brings up second and 4. At the 49.
The last run got 6. Now second and 4.
Watch the slant.
And Charles, if you're the coach of the losing team, even though you made it to the playoffs and there's part of that that feels good, what do you say to your guys after?
I think you probably tell them how proud you are.